All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna scooch myself here onto my blanket and cross pretty comfortably here at the shins. And then let the hands come and rest on the kneecaps. And just take a few full breaths. You can kind of hinge your spine there, so lengthen nice and tall. And pay attention to your breathing for just a few breaths. So you might notice where you feel any tension or antsiness, if your eyelids feel fluttery. See if you can sort of soften those sensations, that nervousness, that brain busyness with just a few exhales. Good. So let's now just take a second and roll your thumbs in and then roll the thumbs out, just so you feel a little internal, external rotation with the shoulder joints. Good. And then we'll take the two arms up and do that nice and low. Good. And then we're going to pause with the thumbs reaching back. And then as you're doing that, just let the neck now come side to side. I'm getting a good adjustment to my neck. This is not a bad idea. Good. And then they'll let the spine come nice and tall. Roll the thumbs back now the other way. Just feel that external rotation of the shoulder joint. Both sides. Good. And then once again, check your neck here. Letting everything soften. And the chin can move in, the chin can move up. The arms can float up. Good. And then let's exhale and pull the elbows in. So just a few times, sweep through the arms. Good. Feeling the bones floating through the joints. Good. And then sweep the arms down the other way, pushing out. And then from here, let's just float like it's wings. Again, we're going to push the energy out through the palms and let Joanne in here. Good. And just feel, again, chest opening, shoulders releasing. Good. And then let's exhale and sweep. So take your weight onto one side, the opposite arm can move up. You can again roll that thumb to pinky. So out and in through your shoulder joint. Good. And then exhale, let that arm float down. Same thing with the top arm. Good. And then we'll inhale, bring two arms all the way back up. Opposite hand to knee. And then let's sweep this arm behind us. So a big twist, wringing out the spine. And once again, I'll get you to check on your neck. Feel that it can float freely. Create a little stretch there through the arms. And we'll inhale, sweep coming up. And exhale, opposite hand to knee. Create a nice tall twist. Good. Wringing out there through the shoulders. Let's inhale now, sweep the arms up and sweep the two legs out. And you can kind of right, left through the knees. I'm going to rest my hands here on my head. We'll go right, left, right, left. Good. And try to kind of comfortably get up on the sits bones. Roll the thigh bones out and in, out and in. Good. And then let's inhale, sweep, take the arms up, rotate towards one leg, and drop the opposite hip. Good. Take a deep dive over your leg and just rest for a couple of breaths. Inhale, sweeping, bringing yourself back over now the opposite leg. Big breath up. Drop the sits bone and exhale, come to rest over that leg. And then inhale, finding ourselves sitting nice and tall. Bring the 10 fingertips forward. Stretch, reach the sternum. And then exhale, release back. Inhale, and let the sternum move forward. And sitting up, and now exhale, just tucking the pelvis under. Let the sternum move back. Good. Inhale, coming forward once again. Turn the right fingertips back towards the body and really stretch the wrist. Good. And then exhale. Turn the fingertips back on the opposite hand. Good. And really just pay attention. So if you can spread the fingers apart and then move sort of the center of the hand down. There's a lot of tightness sometimes I encounter there. I'm going to do that once now with both hands. Good. Inhale, take that up, circle the wrists. And then let's bend the right knee and the left knee and rotate. So rotate the pelvis towards the right leg. And then exhale, kind of rock and roll here. Good. And then let's sit up and create just a little twist through the ribs, side to side. Good. Now follow that rotation towards the front leg and just twist all the way behind you. Inhale, sitting up. Now follow that rotation towards the back leg. And then we'll bring 2 arms underneath you, lift the 2 hips. Again, breathing. And then exhale to release. Let's change the little cross of the legs here. And then from here, once again, now this is my left leg in front. I'm going to just rock and roll. Good. So letting the weight of my body as it moves forward and back, apply a little massage, give a little massage to the hips. Good. And then from there, sitting up nice and tall, creating a little twist through the ribs. And again, this can be a pretty small movement. You just want to feel that we're getting some release through the hip socket. Good. And then from here, we'll take the 2 arms back behind you. Lift the pelvis, lift the hips. And then exhale, release. Slide both legs back out in front, right, left. Good. So just with the legs. And spread the toes. Good. So now I'm going to pull my left leg up, take my 2 arms up, and then fold out over this leg. Inhale, sitting tall, twist away from the leg. You could even hug the arms around it. And now inhale, taking the 2 arms up. Let's exhale and twist towards this leg. Again, trying to kind of free all of those attachments with a deep stretch. Inhale, the arms move up, and then exhale, shift in the legs, a long stretch forward. Good. Inhale, finding ourselves nice and tall. Let's twist away from the leg, perhaps letting the arms come together around the leg. And then inhale, sitting all the way up. Let's twist towards this leg just one more time. Just wringing out your spine. Good. Letting that collarbone sort of drop evenly towards one another so you can feel the nice wide open chest. And then from there, we'll inhale, sweep two arms up, and exhale, come float down over the legs. And then inhale, coming to look up. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Hands now move out over the ankles. Inhale, stretch, let the front of the throat move up. And exhale, round underneath you. Inhale, big stretch up. And exhale, rounding back. Inhale, come reaching out once again. Take your hands, this is my right hand to my right foot. And just let that hip pull up for a moment, maybe rock it. Good, maybe extend the leg. Give it a few breaths. Good, maybe take the opposite hand to the heel and let the leg cross the body. Good, maybe walk the bottom foot underneath you just a hair and then take the top foot down over the leg. Good. Few big breaths. You can try moving some weight forward, so reach the tailbone back and see about allowing some weight to move forward. Again, these stretches just help us feel, oh, that's where I've got a little tightness. That part of me needs a little more exhale. Let's push down. And from here, I'm going to just slide my two legs apart. Place the palms back over my feet. Inhale. And exhale round. So we'll try this just again. Inhale, moving up. And exhale, rounding under. Inhale, coming up. Finding yourself sitting tall. Opposite. So left hand now to your left foot. And we'll, oh, I messed that up here. Try to rock that hip just a little bit. Allow it to loosen. And as you're letting that hip loosen, see if you can still sit tall and even on the sits bones. Good. And then from there, I'm going to extend this leg. And then take the opposite hand to heel and let the leg cross the midline. Let that bottom heel work underneath me just a hair. And then fold top heel to bottom knee and come right down. And again, just allow the hips to release. And then when it feels comfortable, maybe deepen that stretch by moving forward. Good. And then I'm going to pull down with my sits bones to bring myself right back up. Let's unfold the legs once again. And we'll make our way down to the mat. So I'm going to let my left side face in. I'm going to take my hands here back behind my legs and try a gentle little rocking of my spine. Good. Just trying to move. Make your little rolls as slow as you can take them. Good. And then on this next round, let's go ahead and stay down here for a moment. With the two knees bent, keep the feet together and then circle the legs out and around. And then circle the other way, letting the toes move pretty close to the floor. Just a little massage. Waking up the belly here too. Good. Let's plant the feet into the floor and lift the hips and pelvis up. With the pelvis in the air, kind of wiggle your 10 toes. Good. And then lowering the pelvis right back down. With just the right leg, let's create a little bicycle. And then take it the other way. And then we're going to pause with the leg on top, flex the foot. And then with the femur bone, with the whole leg here, try to make some figure eights. And then when you feel ready, change the direction. Let's place the right foot on the left thigh and lift the pelvis up. Good. Slowly set the pelvis down. Two arms alongside the ears. And then bring your legs over to the left and your gaze to the right. When you feel ready, bring the two legs right back up, and then we'll take this sequence on the other side, arms down to your sides. Left leg's gonna lift, and we'll just bicycle. So taking a moment to pay attention to your hip. Good, and then we'll take that the other way. Really let that exhales help you find a lift. And the release, so we'll flex the foot now, and then draw a few figure eights with the leg on top. Good, making sure the movement crosses the midline of the body, moves out to the side. When we keep the opposite side stable, go ahead, change the direction. Good. Let's fold here and take this leg, or pick the pelvis up, a big stretch. And we'll lower the pelvis down, set the left foot down, take the two arms overhead, and twist. So the legs now travel to the right, and your gaze can go to the left. Good. Again, notice where there might be tension hiding. Relax your toes, relax your fingers. Exhale, bring that right back up. And then let's hug both knees up over the chest for a moment. Take the forearms across your shins and the kneecaps together. Good. And then from here, I'm going to take my hands just behind my right leg and then let the pelvis tilt up from the floor. Inhale, lowering the pelvis down, two hands now to the opposite leg, and you can find another exhale as you lift the tailbone up. And then a slow exhale and release. Let's lengthen the two legs up and let them circle for a moment in the hip socket. Good. And then they'll circle out in opposition. And then folding the two legs back up over your chest, you can slide the hands on the shins, let the tailbone come up, and give this a few breaths. Good. Hands back behind the thighs. Let's rock through a seated position once again. Cross the ankles, bring the legs behind you. And we'll come into an all fours position. So I'm going to inhale, let the tailbone move all the way up, and then let my head come down for a moment. And from here, move the knees slightly apart, the big toes together, and let the hips float down towards the feet. Another exhale, and then we'll reach into our hands. And I'm going to step my right foot forward and let my hips melt in. And then move the hips back and get a stretch of that front hamstring. From here, looking up, let's move the right leg then across the body. And exhale, melt the hips forward. Good, letting the spine lift. And then if it feels comfortable, come over the leg. So see if you can find maybe a place where your head stays above your shoulder blades and you're able to come down just comfortably. And then we're going to push up with the hands. And exhale, turn in, checking on your neck once again. Taking the chin down and up. Good. And then I'm going to sweep my body over onto the opposite side so now my head's facing the other way. And the head and tail can rise up. Good. And then we're going to follow this down so the big toes come together, the knees move out, and you'll just find another child's pose here. And we'll walk the fingertips out. And exhale, step down the left foot forward, move the right thigh back. Let the hips move in. And we'll get a big stretch through the right hip. And then move some of that weight back. Again, the fingertips can walk out. Feeling a real stretch through the left hamstring. Finding as much length as you can in the left leg. Oh, and we'll use an exhale. Walk that foot just across the mat. And then move the two hips down again. It's really slow. This weight in the body can move from the left to the right. And then you can slowly sort of let yourself come down. Let's push our two hands now back into the floor. I'm going to curl my back toes underneath me, lift the hips, and move myself back into a down dog. So from here, push back with the hands, let the tailbone come up, and give yourself a good 5 big breaths. Walk the hands back towards your feet, right, left, right. Find your weight there for a moment in the feet. I'm going to fold up my blanket just a hair. Hands can move to the inner ankles and let the head fold in. And then I'm going to push down deep with my feet, bend the knees, and bring myself up. Good. So now let's let the arms reach forward and the thighs float back. And we'll take that just a couple of times. The thighs moving forward, the arms floating back. And again, feeling the weight grounded in your feet. Maybe using your exhales to send weight back. Maybe inhaling to come up. Good. And then this time, we'll exhale, find ourselves standing. Take your neck and check over each shoulder. Good. Let's place your hands for a moment now on your two hips and just sway your weight a little bit side to side. Good. Feeling the inner thigh and outer hip on both legs wake up as it takes the weight of the body. Hold the weight there in the right side and then lift the left heel ball toe, then set it down, toe ball heel. Feel the right heel ball toe float up from the floor, set it down, toe ball heel. So just like a slow motion spacewalk. From here, set the weight in the right foot, lift the left. Now turn the left foot over. Just stretch for a moment the top of the foot. Good. Left foot moves down, peel the right foot up, and then just stretch for a moment the top of the foot. And we'll set that right back down. So now take the left foot, lift it, and cross it over the right so you've hugged the two legs together and the tailbone will move towards the floor. Let's inhale, take the arms up and your gaze up to your fingers. And then we'll move our hands to our low back. Arms can reach away from the body as you now float your head down towards your toes. Try to squeeze the shin bones together. And we'll push in with our feet. Find our weight right back up. Exhale, change the position of the 2 feet. Right foot is going to cross over the left, and once again, the tailbone moves down. Let's bring the 2 arms up. Gaze up at the fingers, just finding your balance. Good. Feeling the arches of the feet still lifting from the floor as you spread the balls, the heels, the toes. Palms come together behind your back, sternum rises up, and then we're going to exhale and float our body out over the legs. Push down deep with the feet and bring yourself back up to a standing position. 2 feet now together. And we're going to lift the heels. With your heels lifted, take one arm up and watch the tailbone pull down. Opposite arm floats up and then down. 2 arms up, all the way up. Good. Now lower the heels. And then we're going to lower the arms and lift the heels. Hold for a moment. Chin over one shoulder. Good. Chin over the other shoulder. Good. Back to the center and the 2 heels come down. Thighs move back, opposite elbow to knee. Good. And breathe into that. Really send the weight into the heel. Inhale, push the feet down, lengthening up. And exhale, reaching across the body, opposite elbow to knee. Inhale, coming right back up. This time with the right foot, take a giant step forward. Good. And we're going to bend the front knee, straighten the back knee, take the left arm up, and then let that arm cross the midline. Good. Inhale, sweep. Now take 2 arms up. And then if you can even keep that front knee bent. Take the 2 hands down and let the head release. And we'll push back through that your back foot. Good. And then from here, let's just step it in. We're going to turn around and try that on the other side. So I'm now going to take a big step forward with my left leg. Good. And really send my right back heel into the floor. Let's inhale, let the right arm raise up. And exhale, cross the body. We can keep that front knee bent. And pushing those feet down into the floor. Let's take 2 arms up. Do a long stretch in the belly. And exhale, float over the leg. So the front knee can stay bent, or as you feel like it's time, go ahead, allow it to straighten. Good, and then once again, pushing through the feet. Bringing yourself back up. We're going to step the back foot in. Good. And then let's just turn to face in. And I'm going to rock my weight once again just into my feet. I'm going to straddle this little blanket side to side. Good. Just almost like a sway. Excellent. And then letting my legs move a little bit wider. Let my thighs move back. And then a big stretch, reach up. Thighs move back. Push down with the feet and a big stretch up. The thighs move back. Good. And let's exhale. Hold this big stretch on top. Let the belly get nice and long and open. And then exhale, fold out over your 2 legs. We'll now take the hands to the inner ankles and let the gaze move up towards your tailbone. Then we'll push through the feet once again. Inhale a long stretch to one side. And exhale up. Inhale a long stretch to the other side. And exhale up. Inhale, take the arm, let it cross the body. Pulling back. And once again, pushing through the feet, bringing yourself up. Opposite arms to the hips. Remember, we'll stay facing forward. And then you'll cross the body here. We'll push through the feet and bring ourselves up. Let's turn the right toes. My right toes are going to move out. We're going to bend and straighten the knee. Good. With that same arm, same side, come stretch over. And once again, pushing up, find a warrior two. Check on your neck here. Excellent. The arms release, the toes turn in. Let's try that on the other side. Bending and straightening the knee. Good. And then letting the arm come down. Top arm can stretch over the ear. And we'll exhale, push and reach that back out. Good. Find a warrior two and check on the neck. Good. From here, we'll push into that foot. Let the feet turn in just one more time. And then we'll step the feet all the way together. So I'm going to move this blanket out of the way. And now let my left toes, the left heel is going to lift. I'll open the knee. And then let the foot come up the leg. I'm going to go to the thigh. Maybe let the hands come here for just a moment onto the hips. And then perhaps the palms together. And then maybe the arms up. And we'll exhale, release the arms. Let that leg turn in and then kind of move a little bit, prance through the feet just a hair, kind of reconnecting to your balance. And we'll try that on the other side. So I'll raise my right leg, open it out, make sure you pull the left hip back and the leg can come up. Maybe the palms come together. And maybe the arms go up. And then maybe the arms come down and the legs. So once again, just kind of prancing there through your feet. And then I'm going to take my weight into my right foot and pick up the left. Take my hand here to the ankle for a moment. And let my right arm rise up. Maybe let it come tap my left hip for a moment. And right back out. Exhaling, release. Sigh, a little dance move here with the through the feet. Releasing. Good, and then we'll put a little bit of weight there in the left foot. Let the right foot begin to pull up from the floor. Left arm rises up. And let that hand just tap the opposite hip. And exhale, release, and let that go. So now just while you're standing here, take a moment to kind of move through your shoulders, letting the arms stretch up, and then letting the arms move back. Good. And then lead with your tailbone for a moment. So maybe side to side, maybe circles. Just feeling a little looseness, a little lightness, a little blood flow through the whole body. Good. And then let the ribs do a little twisting. Good. Just allowing for some relaxation. Good. And then if there's anything you want to shake out, move, go ahead, give that just a go. Okay, so let's come down to the floor. I'm gonna let my sits bones move in and then tuck underneath me. Good. From here, you can now take your two hands to your 2 feet, and I'll stretch the right leg out and let it move right back in, and let my left leg move out. Try to move the thoracic spine in and toward you. And maybe try 2 legs out. And right back in. I'm going to slide the right leg out, tuck the left foot back, and stretch. And push through the hands, lifting up. Try that on the other side. So just catching ankle with the hand there, keeping this kneecap stretching forward as best as possible, reaching away with your torso. Exhale, I'm going to come out of that. Once again, take my left foot, bend it back, and then this time stretch out over the leg. And push, finding a lift, extend the left leg, right leg's going to bend back. And then same thing, see if you can even out the weight in the 2 sits bones, lengthen the spine, and exhale, come over the leg. Well, inhale, sit it up. And then this time, if you like, so you can do this a couple different ways. You could put a blanket if you wanted underneath the sitting bones and take the 2 knees together, the 2 feet a little bit wider, and then come and sit on the blanket. So you're just stretching your kneecaps and your ankles out the other way. And it's always a nice time to give your feet a little massage. So just feel into all the hard work, all your long day. All the miles, oh my gosh, miles and miles we've put on these feet. And then from here, we're going to just see if it feels comfortable to lean back at all. Again, everything is an option, not a thing you have to do. And then to come out of this, I like to move forward and stretch a leg, release it, stretch a leg, release it. And then I'll cross my ankles, move weight back, and I'm going to come do a little shavasana. So let's move it to the floor. I'm going to give myself a little pillow. When you make it down here, just go ahead, check in on this plane. How are you doing? If there's anything down here that you need, and then stretching your body out. Take a second to just relax into your deep breaths. After your next exhale, take your right index finger over to your left temple and just rub in a little bit on the left side. And then let the fingers work their way down to your jaw and rub in on the jaw. Letting that hand come down, we'll try that on the other side. Left hand moves to the right temple and you can rub. And then your fingers to the jaw. And then let's bring our palms together just before your heart and rub your palms in. And then just bring your palms to your face. You can gently, lightly rub. Take a big stretch of the arms out. We'll bring the knees in over the chest, hugging in one more time. And then we'll roll to the left side. Bring yourselves up. Find seated. Good. Palms together, bowing the head, closing the eyes. Your practice is a gift to everyone. Thank you oh so much. Enjoy your evening. Namaste.